what did you do last time?
I opened in the browser email. Well, also you can see the diff.
Okay.
But the second could you show.
Yeah.
You also need to enable screen sharing. This green button. This one, yes. And
Turn off this.
it is turned off. So
Okay.
I don't know why.
Is the sound on?
Yes, because green indicated.
I don't know. Something like that.
But or maybe we should let some light from window. It's too dark. Yeah?
This is all that was done last time?
I think so. We didn't finish. The last task was to define new story form valid method, and we didn't finish. We have to save the object as lactail page.
To save the object as lactail page.
Yes. And we defined get new index page method. And
I don't see it here. Get new index page.
It is on the service card.
it's not shown here.
Oh.
So this method returns the page, which is a parent of the newly created object. We have to create an object as a child of the page returned by this method, the form valid method.
Or maybe last time we wrote some tests, so maybe we could look at tests.
What?
No?
No?
Remember.
Okay. Let's start from here.
But first, we need to remember what exactly we finished and where we have to continue. So, could you look again at the list of files that were changed last time? Use. Okay, use services. Yes, you should probably go to view spy and see what's going on there. Story create, I formal date, we try to find out. Okay, so I remember. So we are saving, but the issue is that we also try to understand how to correctly save revision, because our saved page is not shown on the news list because it was not published. But we found by reading sources that the publish method is only available on a revision object. So we could not find who creates this revision object. But then I looked at sources and wrote an email how this revision object is created.
Is revisions ever going to be used actually here?
These revisions are going to be used?
Yeah.
I'm not sure if they're going to be used, but this is the way how Wagtail save content, so we don't have choice.
We can change it.
We have to obey the
Why?
Wagtail rules. Otherwise, we should probably rewrite a lot of things.
Really?
But you can try to do it your own way, and we will see where you fail, and then it will be clear answer why we should follow Wagtail rules.
Okay.
So you should read the email.
By the way, I also got an idea because you're most experienced with WebTPy.
Yes.
So what do you think about the idea if you try to implement same thing in WebTPy and maybe you are even succeed and
I would like to try this, but definitely without Wagtail and without nice interface that Wagtail provides. Well, the interface will be ugly.
Well, because there are many ways how we can do this website. Of course, we've done quite a lot of work now. So,
but it's really very not friendly for new people.
Django or WebTPy?
Both Django and this project. It's very complicated, over-engineered a lot. I think
simple.
It looks simple for you with 15 years of experience, but for yeah, it's really a lot of over-engineering here.
Well, so that's why everyone who is sitting in front of a computer can offer other things how we should simplify or do in other ways. So that's what I thought once, that probably you should show us how we could do this in WebTPy, but this is a completely different thing, so just to think about.
Mm-hmm.
Because personally I would be interested to see how this could be created using WebTPy. This would be a good way to compare two frameworks side by side on the same project.
Yeah. I would like to try this, to re-implement this, but I'm really not that experienced in deployment, and here you have done a lot of deployment stuff.
But you also said that WebTPy has all the deployment tools.
Yes, but it's you need to use them. I use them, and I don't complicate things.
So it's up to you. If you see that something can be implemented in a much simpler way, so go ahead.
Okay, but probably not today.
Of course, probably you should take some time to prepare yourself to show this on WebTPy. So let's continue with what we have.
So we need to make. Is this get news index page working?
Yeah. It works, but the page we're storing does not show up in the news stories list. So to make it appear, we have to publish it. If we go to admin, there's a button publish, but we have to do this programmatically. And we already found out that publish method is available on a revision object. And revisions are created during from page. So you can just open the sources or read my mail, because I explained this. This was hints for homework, where to look at mainly how to read source code, because it helps a lot. understand things.
What about emails here?
Just what we should do next. So I included a list of tasks, subtasks. This is a place and link to the code.
Is this implemented?
It's copy pasted from Marktail sources.
So we need to copy this to code.
You don't have to copy because this is already implemented in Marktail source. But you have to find this place and call a method that executes these lines probably. Or you probably maybe you should even copy paste. I'm not sure. Publish. I think it would be better to just open this page as file and see where this code is defined. And it will not find because this is from different path. So
From X, somewhere in X.
yes, to find everything you can open bin Django, and bin Django has all the paths that are included in the project. So just open bin Django. Sometimes it's easier to just write column edit than doing the manual way. Okay, and now you have to backfill and enter. GF goes to the file.
Ooh.
You are there. Now you can open this backfill core. Pages. So what do you think? Probably wrong path. Backfill admin views pages. Not core, but admin. Also in my email that apparently you didn't read.
Somehow they get delivered to me at the last second before the event. Really?
Okay, so I also put some advices how to browse the code, and one of the advices was to use Vim tabs, because you don't have to lose focus while programming on something. So you browse code in separate tab. Then when you find what you're searching for, you can just return to your previous tab with all the things in the same place.
Something like this. Not an editor command.
Here I have mapped TO. If you press no, without not command, but keys.
I don't know what happened here.
I opened new tab, but again we don't see it.
How to close a tab?
Tab. New tab is.
How can I close a tab?
Column tab close.
There is no shortcut. I'm not going to use them. Why use tabs when you can split screen?
Because
What's the point in tabs?
there is a limited amount of screen that you can split.
But tabs don't give anything.
Also, sometimes while you're working, you can have already split your screen in several windows, and you don't want to lose all this splitted view. So you open new tab and preserve your existing splits. So it's just a way, but not necessarily you can use. So we don't see this. Okay, now
We're adding subpage or what? Subpage.
122nd line.
Yeah.
Second.
Why didn't it go?
It should be capital G.
Really?
1 to 2, and yes. It was second, not seventh.
And it's empty.
22nd. Oh, strange. Maybe
Some versions.
we are in
change.
pages.
Have you updated Factail?
I probably was looking in GitHub. So on GitHub we have fresh version, and here is probably older. But it should be, if you search for publish, so you should find it. Yes, it's something here. Next. It is publishing on 194th line. It starts here as child, actually on 199 line.
What should we do here?
So first thing, you have to understand what you're doing here. Because without you can't do anything.
I think I understand what is happening here, but how we can we change code here? We can't. How?
So first thing, could you describe what task you are doing?
I'm trying to execute these 3 lines of code.
No. Your task is to make new stories appear. So you can even try it yourself to make just to believe that they are really don't appear. But if you believe us, so you can.
Yeah, I'll try.
Okay.
After
trying, you probably will better understand the task. You could also write make run. It's a shortcut. Both.
What's happening?
Probably keyboard layout. It's too many open. Or just press with mouse.
I don't see what, where? Here?
Yes, wrong. Oh, yeah.
This is a trap. Yeah. Here?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It does not appear.
Should it already appear here in the list?
Should, but
Why? Shouldn't it be added to the list where admin could approve? Yes.
Yes, you can also open admin and see if you have
something like this.
Unfortunately, there is only way to connect to the OpenID, or to fix that. Also, this is kind of issue because we will have a lot times to connect the admin. So this is another issue that probably we should enable password-based logins.
So how they connect admin?
Currently, you can connect only through the OpenID.
So
but you can fix that.
How they do that?
Enter your OpenID URL.
And what is this?
But actually, correct way probably would be just to enable password authentication. So I think from previous task, now we have another task that blocks our previous task to enable this possibility to connect with password. So probably this is first thing that we should do.
It should probably happen somewhere here.
Yeah.
Base production or something.
Development. But you should go first to base.
Base.
And copy authentication lines from this. Just search for auth. Next. Next. Authentication backends. So you have to copy this line and copy it to development files and append password authentication backend.
Always?
First, you also have to understand how authentication backend setting works, because without it, you can't finish this task. So, do you understand how Django authentication backends work?
Not really.
So, here Django provides an option called authentication backends, and this should be list or tuple listing enabled authentication backends. So Django also provides password authentication backend. To find out how this backend is named, you have to actually it is enabled. So everything is okay because model backend is enabled.
Yeah.
So probably you can just open I. So the issue is that redirects you to the. Okay, so the situation a bit changed because password authentication is enabled.
So model backend enables password authentication.
Yes, so you have two options. Either to enable Django admin to get login page from Django admin, or another option, just add login form to the current login page.
No, not this. Which was the first?
Enable Django admin and reuse Django admin's login form. But
Okay.
I would suggest just add login form. It should be so easy. Just
Okay, if you say that it's easy.
of course we have difficulty with adding forms. We're adding news story form 2 weeks or this is the third week, but login form should be much easier. So, so you have to open this template that you were looking at the page.
This
you can find which template
accounts login.
It is
in urls.py, I think. Yes.
You can find it in a much faster way by looking at Django dirbtuvės templates. It shows so.
Account login HTML.
So yes, website templates account login HTML. This is the template. Okay, so here you can add simple little login form.
Does this do login page?
This renders the other view that you see here. This one.
Should this be above it or below?
It should be separate form. You can add
above
it
or below?
Below. And another thing, it should be enabled only for development. So you have to also add condition that enable this form only if we are the book equals true. But first you can just add any login form without conditions, and conditions you can add later.
No, something before. another, like something like this.
You decided that this will work. First, you have to know where login form comes from. So in current context, there is no such.
Yeah, I know that there is no form, but we will provide it.
Don't need the equal sign.
This
The
double.
Curly
Okay.
braces.
In Web2Py it's equal.
Okay, so in Django templates, there are two modifiers for templates. One is with %, another is with double curly braces. With % are template tags.
I know this.
It's just variables.
So, or
So
could
what do you include with this login form?
could we get this?
It's like branch of HTML object
You're talking about 14 line or
login form, yes.
actual login form is undefined.
Could we
Yes,
get?
but how do you define it?
You have to define it in your view function. That
Like
renders.
an object with a data.
Yes.
Could we get this magically with like off login form without defining it themselves?
I would just go with simple HTML form manually without using automatic form rendering. It's just few fields.
It's really not that easy. So I should write HTML,
Yes. Writing HTML is really so easy.
like form something multi-part.
Okay, you have two parameters, action and method.
Actually, it was something.
Yes, but I don't know what action should be. We have to look at URLs and see which URL points to action that actually logs users in. So we can look at it later, but for now you can add method equals post without. If someone something that doesn't understand, ask right from place. Also, you can close form. Okay, two inputs. So you have to close input. But you have to close form.
Is it close like this?
Also, in HTML5, it is not necessary to close self-closing input tags. Okay, you need also two inputs. And submit button.
Will be like third input, type submit.
In HTML5, it's more nice to use button, but okay, it could be input. Used just for debugging purposes. And also you need cross-site forgery protection.
So it's done like this and some magic
With
here.
percents, because this is a tag.
Something like
CSRF token. Okay, now you have to find two things, variable input names and action URL. To find that, you have to go to the Django sources. And to go to the Django sources, I advise you to save this page and press TO to do the code browsing in separate tab. But this is just a suggestion. But anyway, someone else out of will pick it up. Okay, now your users will guide others because teaching others is good for learning.
So now I should open sources.
You opening all other sources by first opening bin Django. First thing, if you sorry, users should guide me.
Well, same level, so you can guide me.
Different window. Yes, so sometimes opening from command line is much faster than browsing. Yeah, grow
There's default.
default. Now contribute.
Why is it in contrib?
Because main Django app consists from core app. And contrib is just
And the authorization is not core.
it's in contrib. It's just because it's separate app, you can enable it or disable it. Actually, contrib means apps. I'm not sure why they named it contrib.
Browse media. Login. So now here.
Now you have to make sure that this out URL is in.
I mixed it. Where did you find this?
Contrib URL file. Contrib out URL file. This is the file. Could you press F4 to show where we are?
Yes, but so don't we need anything before login? This is just login. How do we know that?
Yes,
Name is login. It's just login. What is the question?
Did we import Django Auth at the root or at some prefix?
So yes, we have to find out, is Django out URLs is imported to our URLs at all? But you will find interesting thing that it's imported through Django all out. But let's. First, we have to know what is our root URL. It is defined in settings. If you don't know already, so you can check. No, root URL conf.
Okay, so it's here.
It's here. Okay, nothing from contrib out is imported. But it's important through all out. So you have to go to all out sources.
And all out is an M?
It's an yes. Again, you can do this by going to the Django. Also, you can just use E for edit.
Okay.
3 letters less typing.
This one?
All out, not all out, but all.
And what is all out?
Okay.
All out is authentication protocol. URLs. Okay, it includes 2 other URLs. You can just press F4 and you will see those URLs in the same account and social out. So you can start from account URLs. it detected your phone after an hour.
Check that.
Mouse.
Not this. Wait a second, this? No, not this one. Probably account URLs. Okay, login. Use. Okay, so we don't import Django contrib out, but let's take a look at views login, and maybe this does already what we need.
Use. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you can use folding, it simplifies. Z capital M.
How do you disable this?
Z capital R.
But in settings, it's automatically always folded fully.
Fold level probably. You have to specify that there are 3 or 4 options, so any of these options. Also there is fold method, so you can what fold method you use.
The default is to fold everything.
It depends on. No, you have to look on 130 line and expand the fold on 88. So let's take a look at dispatch, because everything starts from dispatch in client-based views. It's on 96th line. But it's only 3 lines long, so it doesn't work it. So form valid is also what we are interested in. Okay, success form login. Okay, so in this case, probably it would be just easier to include Django contrib out URLs, and that's it. Or just define a URL pointing to your Django contrib Django login view.
Didn't this mess something up? It's like a shortcut. It's imported in 2 levels. I think it will be imported in 2 levels. After that, deeper.
About what levels you talking? URL levels?
Yes.
Because URL can have as many levels as you need.
But if it's imported in the upper level and in the lower level.
Same URL?
Yes.
So first found will be used and the rest will be ignored. Or you're talking about endless loop?
Maybe.
It's not quite possible because it's just flat list of URLs. I don't know, probably Django has also protection for including URL that self, for including self. Okay.
So I have to import all out account URLs.
First, you have to use if settings debug. You have to add this under debug. Because
so
we don't
have somehow import settings here. Yes.
In the URLs.
wait a second. What you just did?
Just
No. You don't need this because this is already included. All out URLs on 16 lines. What you have to do?
Okay.
You have to inside if settings debug on 25th line.
Okay.
Because we only want to allow users to log in using passwords only for development, because we don't provide SSL protection, so we don't want users to pass plain text passwords. So we enable only for development under debug. Now we have to add single view from contrib URLs piece that points to login view. So you have to add the single URL entry. Here. So you just copy
From Django contrib URLs.
Yes. So you can the URLs URL patterns plus equals. Also, you can use strings instead of.
So here I have to add an entry.
Yes. Wait a second. Could you open Django contrib alt URLs? Copy this line. Actually, copy everything starting from 8 to 19. Copy. Now go back to your file, URLs, and paste it below or above. Now delete everything except login. And of course, indent. Yes. And indent. And replace equal with plus equal. That's it. Here we have our login URL. Another thing, we now have two URLs named login. One comes from all out, another from Django contrib. So you should replace this login name to something more unique. Not URL, but actually probably no, URL is okay, because everything that comes from all out is under account namespace. So we are safe to use login. So you have to replace the name of URL, not the URL itself.
Accounts?
No.
So
you have to use this name.
Password again.
Okay. Actually, we can even remove this name.
Okay.
But here is should be no. Wait a second. We need this action, but we don't need accounts. Wait a second. I think Albert, you lost somewhere, because as you see on 16th line, accounts is prefix for all out, but we are not interested in it and we don't use it now.
And we use this login.
This one doesn't have any prefixes, so we definitely don't need accounts. Yes.
Yeah.
Can we use here a name for URL?
We
Like
can use
this.
this, but since we dealing here with the bugging, so okay, we can. Okay. Now our phone has correct action, hopefully. And what we need is to add names for our two input fields. To find out, we have to go to that view and look at this view source.
Here.
Yes.
So we can find it.
It's at the bottom. You can quickly see that the form comes from authentication form. It's variable, define it somewhere above. Form is authentication form. So you have to go to authentication form. You can press Ctrl Shift closing. It has two fields. But maybe your username. Also in HTML we always use double quotes.
Why?
Because we follow recommendations from a web page that link to that page you can find in common HTML build file.
And this password login URL.
Make sure that you did not mistype.
Is the bug really enabled?
Yes, because we see Django developer. Also, while you copying things in Vim, you don't have to use plus or asterisk buffers. It's just
What?
Wait a second.
What?
Another thing. If you open our URL file, you will find that our backtail overrides everything. So we have to move our backtail URL to the bottom. This one overrides everything. It should go last.
So
Even below our settings debug.
This is where I would have spent many days.
That's
It's impossible. Without knowing, it's impossible.
Yes, you have to read sources and understand how Backtail reads URL. So that's why I advised everyone to read sources all the time. At least 3 times a day before food.
So is it correct? No.
Yes, now your URL should work. Also, you broke the line restriction rule on 31st line.
Okay. Okay.
Your line exceeds line limit. No. Let's see. Just align it with opening brace parentheses.
Like this?
Like this.
Okay. And what's wrong?
2 arrows. Line under indented for visual indent. Your empty string. Also, you can remove this pattern thing. Just remove patterns and plus equal and a list.
Top.
Remove everything from the cursor to the end and replace this with list. That's it. Okay, same thing here. So you can replace it with list because from newer Django versions, its documentation advises to use the list instead of patterns. So patterns is some kind of deprecated thing. And to be consistent, maybe you want to replace other places with lists. Because in code, consistency is a good thing. Because if you open and see inconsistent code, you will feel like this code smells. Also, replace tuple with list in 25th line.
save the file.
We had it for a second. Okay, you wrote the URLs by.
So
Do you sure that static files URL patterns returns what we need? What static files URL patterns actually returns?
well,
It looks like you should plus equal just static file URL patterns.
on which line?
Let's look in 26th line, static files URL patterns
Okay.
returns list of patterns.
Okay.
So you are adding list of patterns to the list of patterns.
Okay.
So you have to just remove this one level of pattern lists.
How do I do it?
Remove this. Okay, actually you can leave it like this because I told you wrong thing to remove this tuples. This is not tuple. This is a way to split lines, long lines into multiple lines. No. Return back. I was talking just about 25th line. The rest is correct. 25th line should be returned back to parentheses. But do you understand what is happening here? Because it's better for you to understand.
Yes, I don't understand what this method do.
It just returns list of patterns.
So
You already have list, and in this list, Django machinery expects to find URL definitions, but instead it finds list of another list of URLs again. So instead of finding just single URL item, it finds another list of URLs.
So to fix, I have to add patterns.
You have to add patterns to just without this list.
So I have to remove this line.
No, you have to remove opening square.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like this.
But now you have Django syntax error because yes, but now your lines doesn't fit. So you have to add parentheses around it and split.
Django has its own syntax.
No, not Django, sorry, Python. Yes, you can now split in parentheses whatever you like. So you can return the previous split. That was the also yes. Well, that's the point. So,
Okay. Now I get it.
okay. This parentheses were used just for
Okay. No,
just for splitting long lines.
thank you. Okay.
So that's important to not lose control over code because you get lost. Still,
Pattern expect.
wait a second. On 11th line, you have to remove this empty string. Now it should be okay.
Is this from 3.8 Django?
I don't remember.
Pattern.
Not remember that patterns could be provided as lists.
Yes.
I don't know from which version.
It was really a lot clearer.
I agree.
What goes?
Now we have to test if our phone works. But for this, we first have to set up a user admin rights. Also, in template, you should add if debug. This form should appear only if debug is enabled.
Use the red lights.
Paragraph is a bit cleaner. Also for the
Load
form
settings.
title,
From title.
you can say that this is for debugging purposes. Login for debugging purposes. So that because this form is intended to be used only for development environment.
Settings.
Suppose if something is not clear, you should ask.
Main thing.
And again, so we have to
As
stop
far
us
as I
and
know, what we did is we defined form which submits to Django view data and Django entities. Right? Okay, with this URL so it's not clear.
so we can return back and find out. But of course, you will soon have your time, so you can figure things out.
Maybe we will finish it. You said this will be easy.
New story forum or login?
But yeah.
It should be easy. Just few fields and one URL. And what is there? The settings is not on request. You have to add context processor that includes settings. For this, you're gonna have to browse Django sources and see what context processor Django provides. So just open Django 3. Actually, I always have to open Django sources side by side in separate tab and look there very often. It's in template. In template, in top level. Context process. Wait a second.
Settings.
Maybe it's in core then. Context process here. I don't see line numbers, so I can't tell which line. Okay, so we have CSRF, debug. You can fold everything to see the bigger picture. Okay, let's see in request context processor. Okay, it's just request. Okay, there is no context processor that adds settings to the context. So for this, we have to create our own context processor that adds settings to the context. So you can copy paste any of, for example, request context processor. And create probably under website.
And admin file.
Yes, admin file called context processor. Probably just press enter, never three sometime does it. Now, who is the more experienced when you have to decide?
Repeat.
So maybe Paulina, you could go since you're probably more experienced in Python and in process. Especially you have experience with context processors.
What is context processor?
Context processor is just a function that adds variables to the context that are available in templates. Wait a second. Context processor, menu, left side detected.
So we have to, in our view, we have to define this context processor, Django context processor, somehow to customize it.
So what I did. Wait a second, could you repeat?
In our view, basically we have to add this context processor and somehow to customize it, or
Not in view, in just context processor. So Paulina, you can take. I don't know, is for everyone clear what is context processor?
For me, not.
So first thing you have to understand what is context at all. Does anyone knows what is context in templates?
What is the flow of requests? It gets processed by URLs and it maps it to...
Yes, but context doesn't involve request at all. It's just in templates. Context processor, it's just about templates. So Paulina, could you open any template?
but how do you tell Django to use this exactly your context processor?
In settings. So first we
And is the context always the same? Or it's different?
okay, so let's examine a single template. So in this template, we see that we have, I don't see, okay, we have on the 29th line, we have request variable. So it means that request variable is available in templates context. So template context has request in it. Also, you can open Django book toolbar from the browser, and you will find out what other variables are available in the context. So you can open templates. This, but probably your Django server is down, so you cannot see it. If you open terminal and restart, probably something is written and has syntax error. So I guess you have to fix that first. So anyway, so just the context is all variables that are available to the template, and context processor is a way to add more variables to the template context. Okay, so context processors. It lists what context processors are enabled. Now you can open settings file from settings module base and search for context processors.
That context.
Press enter to stay in that position. Okay, so that's it. Here we have a setting called template context processor that lists all. Actually, it's a bit smarter and extends default context and processors with the new one request. So now we have to add our context processor module.
So the default is no context. Default is provided.
No, the default is what is listed in template context processor from default.
But if you don't provide this in the settings file, everything will fail.
We need to add our new context processor here. How to just context processor? Oh, a full path.
First, you have to. Do you know where we just defined our new context processor?
Yes, in
Here. So from here, you can find out what is the full path. You can scroll a bit to the top to see where it begins.
the website.
But the website is in where?
News.
Not news, it's in AKLT. So now you should know.
Website with AKLT.
Also, last time I told a trick how to add paths much faster by opening file in. Okay, let's see that. Also, this is a really bad thing to type in long names by hand, because you will definitely make a mistake and will search the error for it later. So it's just always better to just copy paste things than type it manually.
Okay,
But
like
that's
that.
good if you don't make mistakes. And yeah, comma missing. Comma character.
Now I should probably go to this file.
Also, this file somehow has executable flag. Oh, I'm sorry. Now should Alberto guide you. I'm sorry, but it's strange that it has executable flag. But we'll see that later. So Alberto, you can take it from here.
Okay, so in the second tab, there is context processors example. Just press Alt 2, and here you can copy
Importing.
last function, copy 2 lines, then you press find.
To copy lines, you have to press capital D.
Import request. This.
Import request.
No, you don't need request. You need settings.
Okay, you open the Django sources again, and we will see if we need any imports.
You need only a single import.
Okay, so,
From Django.com, import settings.
okay. So that's right. Django.com. Import settings.
And first, could you, Paulina, tell us what our goal for adding this context processor? What we're seeking? Because it looks like you not sure what you're doing now. And
Yes.
that thing. So first, let's find out if you exactly know what we're heading
We tried to load settings in the template, but we couldn't.
But why we need settings in the template? Yes, in the 16.
If settings debug.
So yes, we tried to hide this login form if debug is enabled. Now actually it's wrong because if debug is if debug is enabled, it's okay. Everything correct. Sorry.
Is all the context calculated every time, even if it's not used in the template that is going to be rendered?
Yes.
Why?
Django developers decided.
So we have everything except the settings method. So opening the first tab.
Also, 6 line is not needed.
6. Oh,
6.
okay. Okay, so you don't have imported because it's automatic import. Context.
And another thing, I would advise not to import whole settings, but just debug. But no, I'm not sure. Actually, it's a philosophical question. Is it better to import whole settings or just single setting that we need? I would probably, for security reasons, and just would import just single.
So you delete settings and leave only debug. We will pass the debug flag to the context.
Yeah, to delete.
Yes.
Also, I would advise you to ask first Polina if she really knows what she's doing, because he likes to fall into blind typing.
Yes. How context prosthesis is connected with settings? Now we. Oh. I don't actually understand what should be here in context prosthesis.
We have the dictionary, and this dictionary is added to the template's context. So we have to add the variable debug and return value. So instead adding request, we have to add debug. The return.
Here? In the
first line.
return.
We can add any variables we want. So see that the settings has this value. So
Also debug.
yes, settings debug.
I'm mixing different modes, yes, and keys.
Although gedit is always waiting for you if you decide to give up on them. Also, could you explain why you added just debug and where it is defined?
We need to import not settings, but settings debug.
You can from django.conf.settings import debug.
But we can't actually, because Django in documentation, it says that the settings module is a specific case, and we cannot import something from Django because Django computes values in startup time, And just settings is a special case, and we can't import debug. So it's in documentation. So we cannot import debug from settings because it is computed values, and since requests can happen later,
so writing settings.debug to solve this, or we have to import.
We have to. We cannot import variable names from settings. We have to import settings because our debug is defined in aklt.settings.base. But here we are importing Django conf settings, and we're expecting for our debug to be available there. So Django computes these values one time, and they are only available importing this way, not values directly. Because if you would import debug directly, so debug is defined in aklt base. Not sure if it makes sense.
Yes, so you have to add a prefix settings.debug.
Line.
Before the second debug. The second. We have
Could you explain?
Yes. Understand settings.debug here.
But why are you adding settings here?
It's a variable that we taking from settings.
Yes. But why you wanted to add it to the string?
Again, just blind typing.
Okay, so try to not fall into blind typing. You have to always focus on the code and try to make your own decisions. Because I think that this is much better learning.
Okay,
We could try.
and refresh.
It's not a page.
Fine. Okay. So you have to rename this method from request to something like add debug.
What is debug?
Debug, yes. And in the settings file, of course, the settings date. So we added this context processor inside the context processor. Just here, and we have the append at the 18th line. That name dot debug. That's dot and close brackets.
Because this hide thing. Is it typing error somewhere? What's that? So it's the period hide context. What's that source? Strange. Maybe you need to restart Django server, maybe somehow it does not restart it automatically. Not sure.
You said that the Django takes that on startup and it did not hit. We modified settings and we said that settings get populated on start only once and we did that.
So the form is here. We need to define the user.
Now, could you try and change the bug to false to just make sure that everything really works as intended?
In development,
You can actually in development because
Control 6 and you will see the last modified files. Control 6 of
here we in the change the bug here. In the development.
yes, it should be actually false here and the development group.
Way to make it false.
So you can now just replace this 24th line and replace true with false. Just for testing. But actually it is better to have lowercase. That's it, you can save and to see if it works. Oh, it still shows. Okay, maybe again, server is not restarted. I guess, could you also change context processor, remove executable flag from context processor file? Maybe this is causing Django server to miss this file.
How to make it?
From command line with /mod command. Command will be /mod -x and path to this file. Also, while typing, use auto-completion as possible often. That's right. Now you can refresh nerf3. See with error. Yeah.
Set settings now.
Lower cost. So you can just add the setting. Add localhost for example.
But maybe to change in development.
No, it will not help. You still have to add something to allow the host. It could be localhost. Inside. Also inside quotes. Also you added 2 extra lines or single extra line. It should be 2 because the application sections are where, or maybe this one, I'm not sure. Okay, so let's see. No. To see the error, you have to look at terminal window. No, there's no error. Okay. In host, you have to add 127.0.0.1.
Why did we go to host?
Control Shift C. because we did not write in the browser localhost, we wrote IP address. Control R and plus. Escape and F2. What?
How did it work before 127?
Because we were in debug mode.
Ah,
We have to serve
Statics, but
No, it's okay. We found what we're looking. There is no login form, so we're happy with that because it works. That's it. You've done the task. I guess it's second time while Paulina finished the task because no one else finished any task.
because I'm not the first one who started.
What with the static files? I had this problem. I don't think I solved it. When you turn the bug false, the static files, Django stopped serving static files. Yes.
To find this out, we can open URL 5 and there lies answer.
So should we come back to the new story, create form?
Come back to where?
So now we completed this task. Now we can come back to.
We have to create admin user.
Also, we should put comment if we finish something. We can commit. You can commit from them using.
I don't know how to do this.
So if you open just okay, which one way you prefer more? Choose that one. And if something is not clear, just ask. No, it's not do not commit yet because now we have mixed changes. One changes from previous work, and you have to commit only what concerns this login functionality, nothing more.
So context processes.
Yes, we have that git add
But I would still suggest you to go to Vim, and because you will see yourself that it is much easier to review changes in them.
Okay, let's
So
go to
open
Vim.
your tab with PO, F1 to open fugitive window. You can extend this window to see more. Okay, now to look what was changed, you can move cursor on top of this file and press DP. And here you see what was changed. Now you open index page. No, we don't want to add this index page because this is not related with login functionality. So for sure you need to add on 20 line on top window, then 15th line, and to add file to staging area you have to press minus. It's added. News form, no, is from different.
Can you add lines from here?
Yes.
This line?
Yes. Now, in login, just press DP to review changes. Okay. So, let's,
let's finish.
Let's finish. How time you think it will take for you to commit changes and review?
I hope not much.
So okay, let's finish then. So could you scroll a bit down?
Login form.
Also, you need to remove this 9th line that was added by accident.
This?
Yes. No, not here. Just this is a diff view. It will not affect a real file. For this, you have you can change diff and expect it, that sources will also change.
On source tree, you can.
You can edit diff and
it's not diff. It's
first half.
This is a staging area where you can, with a graphical interface, and you can just throw away something and it changes. So
it's same here. But currently, this diff is not a staging area. This is just not staging.
Should we commit this file?
Yes. But also before that, you should review changes once again by pressing DP again on it. So you have to return back to previous window. Press DP. No, now you added one more line instead of removing one. 9 and 12 lines. Wait a second. This is the same file that you are looking at this?
I closed
them. Press Alt F2. G them. Now you can extend it by double clicking and change directory to the dirbtuvės /aklt :cd dirbtuvės tab /akl tab enter. Now press F4 to open the directory. Then press capital C to change directory. Okay. And now open any single file, because Fugitive only works when a single file is open from that repository. So you can open any file. And now open a new tab, TO F1. Extend window. Move cursor on top of 18th line that you were before, and DP to review changes. Okay. Now open this. You can open this file just by pressing enter on 18th line in the top window. Enter. Just press enter. Okay, you have to add the new line here above and below.
Here, new line?
Yes. And one new line on the 6th line. Oh, I'm just guessing. Now save and return back to the window as DP to see what we changed. We didn't press DP. I guess you press something different.
Maybe.
Press Q. Q.
And D was a choice to discard this hunk. That's what I was talking about. You could choose discard and it will revert that hunk.
Okay, that's it.
You don't have to go to the source yourself and delete it.
So it's possible in them also with Fugitive. It's safe to add this to staging area.
How
with
do
minus. Review another file because you added something to URL, but I'm not sure if everything has to be committed. But maybe we should give keyboard Polish, but I think it took a bit longer.
Oh, okay.
So now Polish showing
I'm
skills.
completely new to Vim and Python, so pardon me if I do many
Wait a second.
mistakes.
The main rule is that the one who is sitting in front of computer, he dictates what should be done. So, for example, if you don't know anything, so you can start asking what means this yellow
Okay,
color, for example.
so for example,
Or what
as
is
far as
the-
I understand, we want to commit, and here are the changes, right?
Yes. Now
So
we're reviewing changes.
how
and
do we look what actually has
First,
been?
you need to know how to move between windows. To move between windows, you can press Alt and J and key. J,
Alt?
Alt by holding down Alt,
J
J to move down,
and
and key to move up.
oh,
This is the default.
Not default.
okay, it's very difficult. It's easier with mouse.
The default keyboard would be to press Ctrl W and G and key. Okay, well,
Okay, that's right.
unfortunately, you only have 15 minutes.
Okay, enough. So
So you can decide if you want to finish by reviewing changes, or you can do something else, or look around, or ask questions, or whatever you want.
well, we may
It's
try
your
to
time.
commit this,
By the way,
what
also
we did.
Paulina is your guiding person.
Okay.
You can try, but
So this on the bottom is, what is this? This window, it shows
Uh,
index
Now,
show the file. Changes. in the
changes
file.
to be committed, changes not staged for commit. Not staged, it means what? Here, not staged for commit. So these files they are sort of in conflict or something.
no.
They were modified.
Ah, they were modified. Okay.
Do you know what is staging area?
Actually,
In
no.
Git.
No.
So Git has, before commit goes to the under version control, it has to go through staging area. So
Okay.
first you stage files that you want to commit, and when you stage everything that you want to commit, then you commit. So staging area is a temporary area before committing changes. So what you are doing now, you are reviewing changes and adding one by one to the staging area,
To the stage.
and
Okay.
then everything will be added. What
But
you
when
need to
you're staging, you have to solve all these conflicts, or I don't know what, how's it
No,
called?
you don't have.
You don't. Okay.
You have to solve conflict when you're merging.
Mm.
But then you will again have to stage changes. The only that changes will come from two branches. Now you have single branch. You're working there.
Okay.
So okay, you can.
So changes to be committed. This file is.
These files at the top are already in the
Okay.
staging area.
So now this one index page. So this one is open at the bottom.
I'm not sure. You can press DP at the bottom.
DP?
So the URLs file, the bottom one, on 18th line.
DP. Oh, okay.
Press enter to clear the status window. Then, if something does not fit in single
Okay.
line, then
So it's index. Mm-hmm.
okay. No, we don't need to stage this file because this is from previous change. We don't want to include.
Oh, we want to commit only these changes.
So you can move to the second file and see if this is definitely not.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I just
Views.
remember this is also not what we need.
But don't you need URL?
News URL. We need URL, but not news URL. It's also, well, base is something more interesting here. Sorry, Paulina. You're the guy in everything.
Views.
No, this is we don't need.
We
We
don't.
need the second place.
Base. But how do you know which file we need? Just by remembering that what we
Yeah, just,
edited
we just opened it and edit.
today.
Yeah.
Okay.
First, to understand what is needed, what is not, we have to understand that we were working on two features.
Mm-hmm.
One feature was to add news story form,
Mm-hmm.
but while doing that, we understood that in order to complete that task, we have to do something different. And something different was to add login form.
Mm-hmm.
We have to separate our changes from plugin for functionality from new story for.
Okay.
Again, same situation on 9th line. Someone added extra line.
Here.
Here, we have to fix that.
To
So Paulina
fix.
did that 2 times. So
Okay.
no,
No.
so Paulina, you can continue because you did same mistakes.
So was that okay? No.
We need to open this file in a separate tab.
We can
Ah.
press
Okay.
enter.
I'll move to the window box.
Press enter.
And okay.
And here we can
Does someone remember the line?
9.
9.
Line.
But
No.
it doesn't look like 9.
So we can press VT again and see the text.
Again,
The file was.
you have to remember that the line numbers on the left is not the same ones as in this file. You have to look on 5th line. 5th line specifies that this chunk is on 27th line.
Here.
Here.
20. What is 7? 6.
It means that starting from 27th line to 27th, because this is one line,
Mm-hmm.
so the line is 27.
Okay. 27.
And line.
Yes, just add the line.
Press O.
Just add.
Oh,
What?
oh.
Oh, okay. And save. Save now.
I think that actually you should, the line should be below allowing host. But you can check and make sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is.
But I don't get what is the problem with this empty line.
It just,
I edited the line version and it shouldn't be.
Shouldn't be.
when you're committing changes, so you have to avoid committing this, something that
This
is,
line, first, B.
Okay, and after
So add
like this. Right, okay. Mm-hmm. And
now
it's okay.
it's okay.
much better.
Come back to the middle above. And you need to add this file.
Mm-hmm. So what is the command?
Press minus.
Minus. Okay. And track files. Services.
Just file.
You didn't check URLs or 18 fine.
Mm-hmm. So it says that starting from line 30, these lines were added, right? Here. Here.
Yes.
Okay. And here removed,
Actually,
added.
if we would do everything correctly, so we also should separate what Albert has replaced this list and whatever, but I think we can commit it.
Now we can try to fix it.
It could take long because now it may involve adding chunks from file, not whole file, but just chunks. So I'm not sure. Let's see. This we have to make sure that there is no changes from our previous feature. involving news story. It looks like no, there is no.
So this is login. Okay, this is wagtails. This was moved to the end of the file as far as I remember.
Mhm.
Okay,
But another thing,
and here
now we cannot add.
this was removed.
We
Okay,
cannot add these changes because in order to commit, we have to first commit this change, not all changes that were already staged. So actually, we would have to first unstage everything that we staged, then only add this list pattern modifications, and then repeat it again. So that's quite.
but what is the problem if we commit like?
The problem is that if you commit just by adding this out URL, Django will end up with syntax error or just inconsistent. No, probably it would work because some URL patterns will be as patterns, and this one new will be as a list. So not sure. Actually, maybe it's not that bad. Is it clear what I'm trying to say?
Not sure.
Are we on a master branch?
Yes.
If you
It
try
shows
to,
the slide.
could we change the branch and commit everything to some development branch or something?
It would be even more difficult probably. So I would just suggest to add everything, add whole this file to stage and commit.
Okay, so it will be
That would be all.
In the 18th line.
in the 18th. Okay, this I checked already. Okay, what should I press now?
Minus.
Minus. And that's it.
Now to commit, press CC. No, without colon, just CC. Also, another thing, you can also add author because now all changes are committed under my name.
Yeah.
So probably it would be more fair to commit under someone else's name.
We all did something.
That's complicated then.
So I can write all names. No?
Okay,
Is it possible?
to commit under several names.
Yes.
I'm not sure. It gives support. Many committers, I'm not sure.
Okay.
Right, commit message. Yeah.
Commit message. So it's like authorization form. No?
In commit message, you have to, on first line, add very short title.
Yeah, I know, but how do I name it?
So,
Authentication rather than.
login form for debugging. Also, sentence should start from capital. Actually, it's not only admin login, it's just login. It's not necessary to login form for debugging. So with that, you can also write longer description.
In the second line, or
Yes, by describing where it started, why we did that. But it's not,
okay,
probably not necessary. Not sure.
maybe next time.
Unless you feel like writing something.
No, not yet.
Okay, just escape and double U and Q.
W and Q.
Column, or shift ZZ. That's it. You can close this tab and continue with our previous
Okay. close the tab is tab C.
Fugitive. It is called fugitive.
Okay, now can you explain me a little bit about the structure of this source tree, because it's quite huge for me.
Let's try to Paulina explain you as much as possible, and if she something doesn't know, then she can fall back to Albertus, Joseph, and me.
Okay.
But that's the
This is I know it's the project folder. So the project is like all this web page, or just new stories, or whatever.
The project is
The website, the whole website.
Yes. And it
Okay.
has several apps.
Apps. Okay.
For example, news, homepage.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Pages. What is?
Pages, I don't know.
And
You see,
oh. Okay, and settings is settings for the application, right?
there are settings for the whole project.
No.
There are settings for base where the initial settings are defined. In development file, there is settings for development.
Mm-hmm.
And development file is the rest.
And production is for production.
Yes.
And how do we define now which we are running, development or production? Or I don't know.
It's in build out in
The
directory at the top level, configure directory,
here.
and it's in M. Also you should
So you
open,
have to configure.
first you have to open build out at the top level.
Don't.
Build out at the very top, single file at the bottom. Build out CMC
Second from there.
Ah,
And
from the top below. Look
it's in the bottom.
down the screen, and there is a license and
okay, fine.
Is there settings per app? Some app specific
Uh-huh.
settings?
in settings, in Django settings, but not in here. This is environment settings. So as you see in second line, it tells you what we are using.
Development
We're
config.
using development, and we can open config and development. But build out CFD is the main starting point where everything
Config and development. Okay, extends base.
Okay,
Base is
now you have to look in
Django.
13th line, and it tells that we're using development settings. So that's where you find what settings we're using.
And now we have
Also, we have
apps
to wrap it
and
up, maybe 5 minutes more, but
okay. So basically, we have app settings for the whole website for this. How do we call it? Application project, and here is main URLs file, as far as you know, which includes all this from apps
how do you know
also,
that this is the main URL file?
because it's in the root.
This is not how you define main URL.
Okay, then
You have to look in again in settings, and there is a root URL conf setting that specifies root, because Django is always explicit. There is no implicit magic like
In
you
settings,
that you file.
It's bad.
But it's clear, everything's clear.
If you know where to look.
You're searching for a root URL conf? It's in
settings.
file.
Sorry. Yeah, I know. Yes, now I remember. Settings.
Base file.
Base. Yes, base. Yes, here.
Root URL serial count.
Mhm.
86.
Yeah, okay.
Now you know
But
for sure.
why is it called base pi? Is it what version of Django?
You can call it whatever you want.
Because I did this one project and this was like different.
By default, Django expects to find actually when you create a project with Django using make project or something like that command. So it by default automatically creates manage pi, and in that manage pi file it hard codes correct settings file, and by default it's just settings file. Since we did not use this automatic project generation but we brought it.
Yeah, so it's better like this, I think.
Just a structure, yes.
Okay. Website. What is website? It's also like an app. Is it?
I think
We also use separation of control pattern, and we separate logic in applications by what we see. So what we see is actually news pages, it's quite obvious or homepage, but our website just includes all small logic. Whole website, like menus.
Okay, and data import is?
Data import is just data import logic, nothing more. And this also it's Django.
Data imports data from the old
System, okay.
Also we wrote, yes, import. Everyone likes to work on import script.
Really?
Not really. I finished it myself.
Develop X, what is this?
This is build out
Build-out.
specific file. You can ignore it. It is auto-generated.
Var.
It's also not under version control, and it stores the files that are created automatically by framework. Asset.
What do you mean created automatically?
Just variable files that are not under version control, but that you download or create dynamically.
And you download it like every time or just once? And
for example, assets are downloaded, but under whatever media or static. So media is user uploaded content. In static, it is automatically moved all files when you run Django collect static. It collects static files from all apps and moves all the static files to this file.
Okay.
So it's just files that are
advanced stuff. And this build out, you use it like very often?
Personally, I use build out very often, but probably no one else here.
Okay. Share.
Others also should use build out. Tell your opinion. Do you like build out?
I do, but if I don't contribute.
And share is also like
it's auto-generated file and generated by
manual page.
Virtual env. You can just skip this file because it's just automatic. This is our we wrote
bash scripts.
And this is run test is my masterpiece by for running tests. Local is auto-generated by without virtual env. This is our because we had to repackage this one argo because it contained errors. And so we repackaged it and forgot it, and we should remove it because we no longer use homophony. We replace it with web test.
What is homophony?
This is for functional testing.
Was there ever any functional testing?
Yes.
But no anymore?
first written test was functional test, but then things changed and we removed them and so we moved to
And include.
it's automatically generated, lib is automatically generated. Those are just automatically generated.
So, but you run this on Python 2 or Python 3?
We run this on 3.4.
3.4.
And this Python 2.7 probably from all the state of the project.
Okay, it's a lot of stuff here.
Well, I think we have to finish now
Yeah.
because it's time, strictly 2 hours. So we can continue next time then.
Okay. And this source code, is it available somewhere?
Yes, open source
Open
under
source,
GitHub.
okay. Okay, very good.
License Affero GPL. GPL.
Thank you.
By the way, Paulina, did you manage to fix this issue with packages?
No.